I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? God time, we don't never waste. We don't.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Rocky Top Sports Talk. This is your boy, Coach Rice. On this episode, man, we got a lot to talk about. A lot. I mean, I could spend hours talking about this game that happened Saturday. Lots of negatives. There are some positives, but it's a win. And the crazy thing is, it's a W. I told the guys in the chat, guys, it's a W. Look at college football. Craziness is happening week after week. We got to just get our W and move on. Yes, we got Alabama. Got to travel to Alabama. We will talk about that a little bit at the end of the show. Later this week, we're going to actually have a preview Alabama show, so be ready for that. But before we get started, y'all give us a thumbs up, like the channel, subscribe to the channel where we do live streams. Talking about the game, post-game reaction, and previewing the next game. This week, we're going to start doing film breakdowns of the game itself, talking about things we did positive, things we did negative, talking about way teams defended us, way teams way we were successful against teams. So one thing we're going to do, try to move on, get going, is more videos getting uploaded. So looking forward to that. So follow us on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Also go to Twitter, Rocky Top Talks 1. Go follow that Twitter account. Post over there every time on there when we're online and when we're fixing to go live. And then we communicate in there. And then on Facebook, if you got a Facebook page, Rocky Top Sports Talk, go follow us on there. I post on there as well if you don't have a Twitter account. That way you know when we're going live and when a video may be coming on YouTube, and you can join us and join the conversation. We're just three guys that love Tennessee football. I'm going to bring on Tom and Joey. We're committed to the channel. We're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about basketball. Basketball's coming up soon, so make sure you're following along with that. But obviously, football is where we're at right now. It's my favorite sport to cover. It's mainly because, I've done it my whole life. And let's get these guys on. Let's talk about this Tennessee-Arkansas game. What's up, guys?
What's going on, brother?
I'm still upset.
Yeah, you still upset. I don't doubt that one bit, Tom. I don't doubt that one bit. Joey, what happened there for a second, man? That's all you got.
I had no idea.
I looked down. I was like, "What? He's getting a dinner break real quick before we get started."
I don't know what happened. I had to leave and come back.
Yeah, I got you. So, Tom, I know your frustrations, and I know. We all three got frustrations. There's several things that we know this team can do better at, and do things that just really frustrate us as fans. But and I know Sam's already hammering it right there, and Tom's going to back that up. But we'll get y'all that are in the chat to join the show later on in the show, and I'll get y'all's opinions from the game, and we'll talk about it a little bit right before we talk about the Bama, a little small Bama preview. So it's officially I hate Bama week. So let's enjoy this win, but at the same time, we know as a team, even though we're fans, we know as a team we got to be better going into Bama week. So, Tom, like I said, just kind of keep it kind of short start, but tell me your thoughts about Saturday.
Short.
I know. Oh, hey, give me your full rant. No, I'm playing.
No, I don't even want to rant about it. You remember last year when we lost this game, and I said there was a lot of things to build on. There was a lot to build on after that game, and then they wound up going to the playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost the game. They absolutely crapped the bed last year when they lost to Arkansas and Fayetteville, and then they went to the playoff. So this year we did win. We were at home. I find it very difficult to believe that the officials actually only saw them commit one penalty the whole game when they averaged just over 6.5 per game. So, I mean, that's difficult for me to believe, but we've got to cut down on the stupid penalties.
Yeah.
We had 10 penalties yesterday. If you cut that just by half, you cut that in half, that takes off 7 points that they had off the board because 2 of them were on one drive. But, I mean, that's just – we got to cut down on the stupid penalties. I was talking about that last week with you. I didn't want any penalties. There's going to have a couple. It's big football. It's SEC ball. You're going to have a couple of penalties. But you got to tackle too. You got to tackle. I rewatched the game. I think I texted y'all this. There were 2 plays in one drive they had that on each one of those 2 plays in that one drive, we missed at least 5 tackles.
Yeah.
4 tackles, excuse me. That's this bad. We cannot not tackle. You got to tackle, and you got to want to tackle with your head up. Look, Edris Farouk put his head on the ball. Was it him yesterday? Put his head on the ball and popped it out.
Yeah,
look, I know this is going to sound terrible, but I don't want him making that play because you know what he did? He stuck his head down like this, and he went like that. A friend of mine used to do that, and he used to just – you're not looking at what's in front of you. And if somebody doesn't fall down or fumble because you're trying to do stuff like that, then they're going to run right by you. And that happened a lot yesterday. It happened a lot 2 weeks ago at Mississippi State. But what we did well, we did really well. We need big plays, and we needed to run the ball. We got 270 on the ground yesterday. That was what I wanted to see. Yep. And I was real glad Deshaun Bishop was up and walking around at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah. That's huge going into Alabama because we're going to need all 3 of those guys. But we needed a rush game like that from Joey too. Yeah. Joey was running the ball on designed or on keeper plays, and it was beautiful. We need that going into next week. And I hope they were showing them that. I really hope they were showing Alabama that so that they could maybe play a little bit of a mind trick on them or something. But I'm glad that Arkansas lost the game yesterday. I don't think we quite beat them, but I'm glad that Arkansas did not get a W because that just not at home. We couldn't have that in Neyland. That would have been disastrous. But what do you think about that one, Joey? What were your thoughts on that?
I had a bunch of mixed emotions. Put it that way. I put on, y'all probably can't see it, but I put on my notebook, we sucked. I agree. What we did well, we did very well.
Mm-hmm.
And the third quarter, I don't know where that defense went, where it goes, what happens to it for the other 3 quarters, but I don't know. It baffles me that we can't play that type of game the entire game. Yeah. We were on it. We were destroying their offensive line. We did not contain. You know, we were talking about that in our group text, but we did not contain, and that's what extended drives. The first drive of the game, we get a sack, and we get the first down.
Yeah.
On a 4th and 1. And you know, I don't. There's so many things that we could probably all say, but to sum it up, it's a W, regardless of what it looks like. We come out of a trap game, even though we got a few more that I would consider trap games outside of Arkansas. I feel like Banks has got to make some type of change on 3rd down.
Yeah.
I like
some of his blitz pressures he brought.
Yeah, the pressure was fine, but it's the middle of the daggum field what it has been since he's been at Tennessee.
That's true.
Yep. On obvious downs.
Yeah.
In obvious situations, they could come out looking in a flex bone they could come out in 23 personnel, y'all, and we would still have a 4 down line, 2 linebacker look. And it's just I'm screaming at the television. They're going to run the football. That's what Arkansas does, and that's what they did. I mean, I think they ran it for
240.
40. Yeah, I was going to say 235 something. It's in obvious downs. It was just like Georgia and Mississippi State. They're lining up with a fullback. Yep. You know, they got a wingback going in motion on plays. You know, it's like, look, they're going to run the football. Stop them. Stop the run.
They also had a couple plays that was just insane. Like him escaping that pressure was nuts. Twice, 2 separate times. That extended drives. I'll say this: we left so many points on the board. It's not crazy. We could have scored on that last drive if we wanted to, but he was just happy to escape the win. The drive before that, where everybody in the world knew that he was going to be conservative instead of go score a touchdown. The 2 penalties, the 2 turnovers that we didn't score. We scored off of 1. We had 3. Scored off of 1. The other 2 we didn't. I mean, that's insane. We left 5-6 touchdowns on the field because he wanted to play it safe in the fourth quarter. And then again, I'm a Mike Matthews fan. I think he is fantastic. But I have seen a common theme with him giving up blocks and his guy making the tackle. And you know, if he makes the block, it's touchdown. I've seen it, you know, the past couple games especially. And then the miscommunication on that route, he's wide open. I mean, it's a touchdown. I don't get it.
Wide open.
I got a feeling that whatever Arkansas did to Brazil, we're going to probably see the rest of the year. That eliminated our deep ball. We had 1.
And that was a heck of a spot for it too. That was a good spot for it.
The catch and the throw, or both of them were spot. Like it was crazy. It was unreal. But for the most part, again, we come out with a win. Hopefully, we got the ugly out before Saturday. That's where I was mad yesterday. I'm gonna flip the pillow over to the cool side and say, let's improve, please, dear Lord Jesus in heaven. Let's improve. Somebody talk to Tim Banks and tell him, because Ty Simpson, first of all, Tennessee boy that I really believe wanted to go to Tennessee his entire life. He's been waiting on this game for 4 years at Alabama. He's going to try to throw for 700 yards. It is what it is. You'll see the best Ty Simpson you've ever seen Saturday, guaranteed.
And Tim Banks has a thing of making quarterbacks look like freaking, John Elway's and Peyton Manning, and
especially in the fourth quarter.
Tom Brady's. He has this thing about just letting them do whatever they feel comfortable doing, and let's play back and let's just let them throw the ball up and down the field. I will say this, and I'm going to spit out my few positives first. And then I'm gonna hammer it down. Run game got back. That's a positive. Me and Tom were talking about that last week. Needing to get the run game back and established. That was a positive. Number 2, Braylon Staley had him a game where I know he had a great fourth quarter drive against Mississippi State, but those first 3 quarters he was not, was not having a good game. And so having him do what he did in the first half was massive for us, because I don't think we're in the position we're in if he don't make some of the plays he made. And then lastly, David Haas, man, we've missed him. That dude is a game changer, and it was great getting him back. And I thought third quarter defense, and you've already mentioned it, Joey, and we've done this more than once. We did it against Mississippi State in the fourth quarter. We did it again in overtime. We did it against Syracuse when we absolutely needed to. It's like they got to have their backs up against the wall, their hair on fire, and someone just has to you slap the crap out of them for them to actually do what we need them to do.
Yeah.
And the defense should not be like that.
Mhm.
Yes, they make game-changing plays on defense. That's great.
Mhm.
But what happens the game that does not happen?
Yep.
If those 3 fumbles don't happen, granted, we have to force them.
Mhm.
But if those 3 fumbles don't happen, we lose that game.
Mhm.
And granted, we only scored off of 1 of them.
Yep.
We only converted from 1 of the 3 turnovers, but it still changes the momentum of the game and several other things. So, all right, I'm it's a 1 minute rant of
I got you. Go.
negativity. Defense, come out and play with your hair on fire the whole game. Quit sitting there, defensive backs outside of Colton Hood, playing 10 yards off the ball, missing tackles, not making your assignments, not lining up in position where you're supposed to be.
Mhm.
And offensive line, hold your blocks. Hold your blocks. Quit you get to the point, you get to the, where they're supposed to be making contact.
Mhm.
The play's still going on, and they let go of their guy, and that guy makes the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hold on to your blocks. And I'm not mean holding. I mean maintain your blocks until the whistle's blown. And then wide receivers, we need you making more plays. Yes, you've been outstanding. Brazil, you got to make that touchdown catch.
Gotta catch it.
You've made catches this year that are 3 times harder than that catch.
Yeah.
You got to make that play.
Mhm.
Mike Matthews, I'm sick of seeing the 50% effort on half the plays. You're a superior athlete.
Yep.
Quit giving me 50% effort. Miles Kitselman, do what we were expecting for you to do all year. Quit dropping balls and maintain your blocks, just like I'm talking about the offensive line. You do it some of the time, but then other times your guy that you're supposed to get on those insert plays is the one that makes the block. And then Josh Heupel, be aggressive. Quit
Please.
playing with your hand between you know what, and actually coach like you did in 21 and 22.
Yeah.
This defense is not last year's defense. It's not.
No, it's not.
Quit playing scared and playing not to lose the game and go coach to win the freaking game.
Yep.
I texted y'all in the chat last night. I was getting ready to throw a remote through a wall because where teams lose when you play not to lose.
Mhm.
You play aggressive, you go play to win. I get, doing certain things to keep the clock, but keep the clock rolling.
Mhm.
I get going slower. That's fine. But don't change your aggressive play calling, though. You still have to go score. Go get that first down. Me and Joey talked about everybody in the world knew Josh Heupel was supposed to run the ball 3 straight times.
No, yeah. It was easy.
I mean, there's so many things that Josh Heupel did in 21 and 22. Yes, I get it. He's evolved. I've loved some of the things he's done to evolve his coaching philosophy. But he has to get back to his original roots that made Tennessee this fun, up-and-coming, team that on the offensive side of the ball, yes, we're the number 1 offensive team in the nation. I get it. I love it. But in critical moments, he is making critical decisions, bad decisions. He's done it.
Bad.
He did the Georgia game, did the Mississippi State game, and he almost cost us a game the other day. Last night by making some bad critical decisions. I'm not sitting here saying I would do any better. I'm sitting here in Humboldt, Tennessee for a reason.
Right.
He sit there in Knoxville. But how many years? He's this is his 10th year head coaching, or
like that, 8 to 10, something like that. Yeah,
something like that. You got too much experience to making these time critical decisions where you shouldn't be making them at this point. It's going to cost us a chance at the playoffs. It's going to cost us a chance at a playoff, SEC title opportunity, and it can't happen anymore. He says it at the end of each game in the locker room. We got to be better.
Mhm.
Each day get better. Well, Coach Heupel needs to look at himself and self-scout himself as well.
Yeah, his
He-
main thing is great players don't make the same mistake twice.
Exactly. He's done
Well,
it
then be a
3
great coach, dog, and don't call the same type of way,
Yeah.
Come on.
No doubt.
Done it 2
And
straight
we are
weeks.
missing out on 2 trips to Atlanta the last 3 years.
100%.
2022 and last year, 100% should not have lost the 2 games, the Carolina and the Arkansas game. 100%. I can deal with all the other losses we've had,
Yeah.
even with the Georgia loss 2 weeks ago. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't expecting us to pull that one out, but we should have. Hey, but this year can't be another one of those. This team's got so much talent on it, and the backups are so talented too. Like, look at Colton Hood would be on the field if Jermod McCoy and Ricky Gibson were on the field too. He'd be out there getting reps, 100%.
Yeah.
But we've got other backups out there too that are coming in. Ty doing great. He, like we were talking about last week, takes a few risks. Backups are great. They're making plays, but they are out of position. They're not tackling. They're not communicating with each other. They're not being put in a position, throw a peg at the board, but Tim Banks not putting them in a position sometimes. And I don't know if it's coaching the way they're coaching in practice. I'd love to be there so I could eat somebody up and just be like, look, man, this ain't how you practice.
Right.
It's got to be coming from practice. These things that happen on the field happen during practice.
Yeah.
And the only way you get rid of them, and this, just both of y'all know this, the only way to get rid of them is to get your butt ate up so bad at practice, and it's a nightmare every day for you at practice until the game is the easy day.
Yeah.
Game day ought to be easy. The Alabama and Georgia games ought to be the easiest compared to the practices. You ought to be going through hell every day in practice, and you don't even want to be there. You don't want to show up. You're like, man, I don't want to go to practice today because it's going to suck. They're going to work me into the dirt. And then you know what? Someday something clicks, and you're like, hey, I love this. Let's go get better, man. Let's go get better so that we can eat them up on Saturday. That's how the defense was last year. I swear that's how those players were last year. And there's a lot of them out there this year that were on that team. And, we did better in some ways, but the same mistakes, like what y'all were just saying, same mistakes over and over, positioning, communication, stupid self-inflicted penalties. But the good thing is Joey had a heck of a game yesterday. He is okay. I knew he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah,
And I
you
said,
could
he'll
tell.
be all right. But after he was down for a minute there, I was like, man, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he wasn't just with the wind knocked out of him. But he had a tremendous game, dude. I think with him at quarterback, I know we got to play better defense, but with him at quarterback, man, I swear with the tailbacks we got in the offensive line, the way they could block, that we've seen them block, we could win the rest of the games. I say that knowing we're going to Tuscaloosa. We host Alabama Oklahoma. We host Oklahoma in 2 weeks. These are top 10 games we're playing against both those teams. I know OU lost yesterday, but they're still, in my mind, they're still a top 10 team. John Mateer shouldn't have been on the field yesterday.
No shot.
But we got the 2 hardest games left on the schedule coming up. And then in 2 more weeks after that, we go to Florida. This is it.
And Vanderbilt ain't no slouch. I hate to be the one.
That's the truth.
They're not.
That's
no
the
slouch.
truth. Little brother's coming to town, 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
We got one more bye. Yeah.
Thanksgiving Saturday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it was not all bad. Hey, they did make plays. Man, they came up with plays when they needed them. They really did. And
that's how this team's been. Like when they need to play, especially and I'll give it the defense. When they have to make a play, they make it. And they get like fourth down stops. When the push comes to shove and you have to have a play, they make the play you need. Outside of the Georgia game,
That was a beautiful ball.
The rest, that was just a beautiful ball and great
Perfect
catch.
ball. That was a throw, man.
Yeah. So, and he couldn't make that throw another day in his life. And given that situation, I'll put my life savings upon it.
Yeah,
which ain't much, but I mean, there's a lot that this defense does good. It's just the consistency that all three of us have talked about in the chat that we want to see. It's if you give us that defense that you saw in the third quarter, what you saw in fourth quarter and overtime against Mississippi State, what you saw in the first half against Georgia, what you saw at times against Syracuse, and then like is there. They've shown they can do it. Quit making mistakes. We're 6 games into the season now. You're not young anymore. You got guys back healthy. Although Edwin Spillman not being there first half against Bama is going to absolutely eat me up because it was a stupid thing on him to do. I don't know why he tried to make slide there and make that tackle or dive. But he's out for the first half. So we're going to have T-Lander, Carter, which that's who it's been. But I don't know if y'all noticed, Spillman actually got the start on Saturday and not T-Lander.
Yep.
It was Spillman and Carter out there first. And so I think they're making the right steps to get them two on the field more. But because don't get me wrong, T-Lander is the linebacker that coaches dream of having as far as mentality, IQ, and doing everything, all that. It's just he's not fast enough for SEC ball.
Right.
Like he does what he's supposed to. He's physical. He's got the attitude. He's a leader, but at the same time, his speed, his feet, just Lord just didn't bless him with it.
You can't be Will Brooks at linebacker in the SEC. You can be Will Brooks at strong safety or something in the SEC.
You barely could be that. He made some big plays for us last year, but his speed killed us at times too. But I'm just thinking that like there's that and the safeties. The safeties are killing us as well. Idris Farouk, yes, he made a great play on putting that head on the ball and forcing the fumble, but missed tackles by him and Turrentine. Scared of being physical, Turrentine especially. Farouk's always physical. He's just out of position, missed bad angles. And
head down.
That's the biggest thing we got to clean up. I mean, defensive line, Joey, won't you agree? I mean, what do you think of the defensive line?
I think it's the best game our defensive line has played, hands down. Pressure all night long, except the fourth quarter when it's crazy. Maybe I'm looking too much into this, and y'all tell me if I am. But the Tim Banks soft defense is equivalent to the Josh Heupel conservative offense.
Yeah, 100%.
And we can't have both. Like you can't have both.
Can't have neither if you want to win championships.
But no, I think our defensive line was crazy good. I was super happy. The only reason if they had an immobile quarter, and not even somebody that's not as talented as Green, we probably won't see another quarterback that talented.
No,
with his legs this year.
No.
And so the only reason the game was as close as it was is because he could escape. He was that talented, especially in the first half. But I would say that they played their tail off, defensive line. McMurray, he makes some good plays, but man, he's looking in the backfield too much.
Yeah, he does.
Like the touchdown, that should have been a pick.
Yeah.
That should have been a pick. McMurray and Turrentine both completely out of position. Boo getting I love Boo.
A couple times.
He just didn't play well a couple big spots that we needed him to play well.
Yeah. Practice. It's practice.
When you skip a whole month of stuff in the summer, that catches up with you. I can't, as much as I can't stand Banks, I can't put the missed tackles on him unless they're just not practicing it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care
at that level. Yeah, they need to be going full tilt in practice and doing.
What's crazy is like
one team O, one team D. Boom.
Yeah. Why would you get to that level and not tackle?
Yeah. These donuts, these rolling donuts, these dummies they use, it's crap. I'm telling you, it's crap. And I didn't play in Division One SEC ball, but I'm telling you right now, it's crap. And Alabama and Georgia are not doing that crap in their practices. They want to see who wants to get on the field all week and all preseason, all fall camp, summer camp, all that spring workouts. They're trying to kill themselves to play for those teams because that's what elite teams do.
100%.
And when we were cresting in 2022, even with the way it ended, winning the Orange Bowl, great. I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know. I think I'm right. We squandered that momentum. We absolutely squandered it the last 2 seasons with just not aggressive play calling and not going after it to absolutely beat the hell out of the opponent. Like, we're going out maybe to win, maybe not to lose. Oh, it's all right, but my dog's got a bad breathing thing going on here. I don't know if you can hear.
I got you.
But it's just not aggressive, man. Like, you got to want to put the foot on their throat, and like there's a killer mentality that they got to have, and some of them have it, and some of them don't, and some of them are being sapped of it by the coaches that don't, and some of them that really could have it that don't quite yet aren't getting it because they're just not getting it and coached into them.
Yeah.
And it's a practice thing. It is. You remember Jeremy Pruitt when he came in and said, I didn't like Cornbread. I didn't like him at all. I didn't want him. Didn't want him from Alabama. I didn't like him. But this one thing that he said about Jones's teams, they didn't even know how to practice.
No. Yeah.
And he had just come off a back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, but 2 out of 3 seasons Alabama won national championship.
Yeah.
He knew what it's like to be on one of those elite teams. And he knew what it was like listening to Saban talk. You know, there are teams that are ripping off our exact format because this is what we do, and this is how you get to be an elite team. There's a reason they do it. And on Saturday, it sometimes just doesn't come through because they're just not doing it in practice.
Yeah. I mean,
they do have potential. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael says it best here, and I think all 3 of us have said it. This team, it's in the chat between all 3 of us. This team just lacks killer instinct. I mean, they haven't shown it up to this point. They get up and then they let teams back in it. They did it against Syracuse, did it against Georgia, did it against yesterday against Arkansas, and a lot of that. And I will say, a lot of that has some coaching into it too. It's like I think Joey said this just a second ago. Look at the play calling.
Yep.
You look at the conservative play calling of Tim Banks. You look at the conservative play calling of Coach Heupel. You can't go step on someone's throat if the coaches are holding you back from doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on another rant here because I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick of seeing a good team who has shown that they can go do great things.
Boom.
Held back by their coaches.
Yep.
Boom. That's it right there. They've got the potential to do it, and it's not formulating most of the time. You look at 2023 wasn't quite a good example of this, but 22 and 24 are prime examples. 2016 is a prime example of that. Those 3 teams are more talented amongst those 3 teams of individuals comprising a team atmosphere than Tennessee has had since the Natty and probably the year after. I mean, they absolutely 100% have so much potential that they could blow out teams in a national title. They could blow teams out in a national title. But they're not getting there because one trip up, turf monster grabs you against Carolina, and then all of a sudden you got a bad loss last year against Arkansas. You start thinking too much about it. It's just a series of things. Right. But they do have such potential, and that's what pisses me off as a Tennessee fan, because other fan bases trying to dog on us gets under my skin. Even our own fans who are born with their head in the sand and their fingers just pointing at their hind end saying, insert here, please, because I got my head buried in the sand. People that are in our own fan base are like, oh, well, you know what? We could be 5-7. Well, you know what? We could be 5-7, but we're not, because this team's got so much potential. And when they don't live up to it, you know what I'm talking about, Coach Rice. When teams don't live up to the potential and you're coaching them, makes you sick.
Yep.
It absolutely makes you sick. And to be a Tennessee fan for so long, when we were so good for 100 and some years, we were so good. And then all of a sudden it just completely dropped off a cliff. And we got to get that killer back.
Yeah.
Al Wilson wanted to kill you. He didn't want to just beat you. He wanted to destroy you. You know, Eric Berry wanted to take your head off when he came in on a safety blitz. Like, and I know that the guys on this team feel like they want to do that, but you got to do it, and you got to do it smartly. You got to do it in a disciplined way. And those are the two things that are probably missing the most, is you got to do it smart and you got to do it in a disciplined way.
Yeah.
It's just not coming, but it can. It really can. Like what you were saying, they're so talented. They've got the potential to do it. And if they really do put it together, it's going to be something special to see. Like that first quarter against Georgia.
Where's that at? Why are we not doing that every offensive possession?
Yeah. Insane.
Well, and I want to get to these chats real quick, and then I'm going to plug us real quick. But Nero says, how the hell do you bring back 9 guys with starting experience from last year's defensive unit that finished 6th in the nation and come out with the same coach and placing around 106? And right now we're dead last in the SEC. It's inexcusable for me. I know we've got injury issues, and that's part of it. That's a small little part. I mean, that's part of it. I get that. But at the same time, what you're doing is not working as far as outside of your front four. You're making play, you're getting turnovers. That's one thing. But you cannot sit here and consistently let teams run the ball up and down the field and pass the ball up and down the field and consistently hope from week to week that you'll catch a break and make a single play to turn the ball over. You can't hope for that because elite teams like Ohio State and Alabama and Georgia, they don't give a care if you make a play or two.
Right.
They're just going to keep doing what they do, and they're going to outscore you. Like I get to a point now where Tim Banks he's losing. I've tried to back him up some because we get turnovers, we get sacked, we get tackles for loss, but this feast or famine type mentality can't work if you want to be. It's about consistency. And the consistent teams win championships, not feast or famine teams. Because that little famine area, that's where it gets you, and that's when you lose games. And so I completely agree with you, Nero. And I know all three of us have kind of hammered the ball on this. It can't happen. He said this is why Tim Banks is not ready for a head coaching job. Where's the consistency? Michael says here, what's up, Michael? By the way, I meant to shout you out earlier in the chat. Appreciate you for coming on. As the rest of you, I appreciate you all for coming on. Join the chat. We love having you on. And here in a little bit later on the show, we're going to get y'all on here and let y'all say y'all spiel about this Tennessee-Arkansas game. Michael says, when we had it 4th and 3 on their 44-17 up, you got to go for that. Keep your foot on the gas. And we only gained 24 yards with the punt.
Yes.
Preach. You can't put a better example than that. Why punt there? There's no reason to punt. You're up 17. Or no, you're up 10 at that point. I think we were up 10 at that point. But go for it. Get the 4th and 3. 21 and 22, Coach Heupel goes for it.
Yeah.
You're not changing my mind one bit. 21 and 22, Coach Heupel goes for it. 24, he does it because he had a really good defense. I get that. This year, you have a mid to below mid defense. You got to get your mentality back from where you were in 21-22 that you got to go score points. I get you got the number 1 team in the nation, but offense in the nation, but instead of 45 points or 48 points per game, you probably need to be up there about 55 points per game, especially against Alabama, Florida, and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, it's just this little conservative game planning is not going to work. Arkansas, that game should not have been close. Yes, they have a talented offense, but that game should not have been close. We should have
talented.
We should have put 65 points, if not more, on their defense. And what did we do? We put up
34.
35?
34.
34.
It shouldn't have even been that close. Not even. Yeah.
And then Sam, let me finish this chat.
No, you're good. You're good.
Sam said, I don't think the defense was as good as the numbers suggest. Last year, we played a lot of limited offenses. I agree with that to a point. I do agree. N3 Nero says they were good. They dominated the line of scrimmage and set the pace. That's where I kind of disagree with you, Sam, because that defensive line, no matter who we played, they Omari Thomas and Omar Norman-Lott and Elijah Simmons and the group of guys we had last year, they set the tone in every game from the get-go.
Sam's right. He just set it up there. He literally just said, yeah, there it is. You just put it up. Yeah. Say, go with it.
They also had an offense that chewed up the clock. Last year, Oklahoma was banged up. Freshman Florida QB. First year Bama coach at home. Awful Mississippi State. And Vandy was banged up. That's on point. And that's where I was agreeing with you, because you go back and look at the teams we played last year. And you can mention a bad Kentucky team with no quarterback at that point in the season. It's just there were several things that went with our offense. Defense that helped their stats. Now they still have to go out and do it, and their D line was Tennessee's D line last year was at elite level because of the depth and everything. It's just and then you had Jermichael McCoy out there on the outside. Yeah. But I do agree with you. Defense was better last year, but they also got torched by Georgia and Ohio State.
Yes, they did.
My point is, I don't think Banks is much different than last year from this year than he has been. I agree. I think there's, and Joey, I'm going to let you talk about it. I think there's things that last year's defense and this year's defense has been limited by injuries. Jermichael McCoy, Ricky Gibson, having David Hobbs and Jackson Moy for the first few weeks. I think that's some of it, but I just don't think you're playing with as much fire on defense this year as you were last year as far as consistency.
Yeah.
Yes, you have those we talked about, and Joey, I'll let you talk about. What do you think about as far as consistency? What we're seeing on defense compared this year compared to last year?
Well, last year I think we covered it a few weeks ago. Last year our defense played in spite of Tim Banks. The big difference to me is because if I'm not mistaken, I think we're number 1 in sacks in the SEC.
Yeah. Number 1 in sacks and number 5 for tackles for loss.
Yeah, so that lines up with last year.
In the nation. That's in the nation.
Yeah, in the nation. So what's different this year is the run. We are not stopping the run. We are not stopping the run, which then allows Tim Banks to get scared and want to play safe and cautious, and then they drop it in on us across the middle and then hit. It's anyway. Y'all know football like I know football, so I just. Tim Banks is not it. I see him getting a pink slip at the end of this year if he makes it that far.
I am hoping.
I really believe that. I think UAB just fired their coach too. If I just read that right. But
I hope he takes the Florida job.
There's a lot going on there. To me, if I know Tim Banks is the defensive coordinator, but at what point does Heupel step up and say, "Hey, dog, you got to do something different"? Because I know Tom put it on Twitter, but
put everything on Twitter.
at what point does Heupel say, "Hey, man, if I'm gonna go conservative, you got to hit him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Because you can't. I said it a while ago. You can't do both. You cannot both go soft.
Mm-hmm.
We literally look like Charmin out there. Like we was soft as Charmin. I don't understand. Like if Banks is gonna go soft, then Heupel's got to step on the gas and go score points.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm right there.
To speak on what you're talking about, what both of y'all were just talking about, to put this into perspective, 5 sacks yesterday, 3 takeaways. But we gave up, what was it? We were talking about it earlier, 240 on the ground.
Yeah, right at it.
And I didn't know this till I was listening to Eric Kane earlier, and then on my rewatch, after I listened, I was thinking about this the whole time. Can y'all believe this? They were 7 of 13 on third down. That's just under, or no, that's just over 50%, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's not horrible. You can survive that. We only had 9 total third down positions the whole game, and we had 400 and some yards of offense. So that's beautiful, beautiful. But to put this into perspective, on all 7 of those, like he said this morning, they were all of 8+ yards on those 7 conversions. That is the parity. Like everybody's talking about parity right now in college football. Well, what y'all two just hit on to a T was parity in our defense, and it's not good parity either.
No,
we're getting 5 sacks. One of their turnovers was just a bonehead play. So you take out that bonehead play, it's a whole different ball game. Yeah. And then you take out bad form. We got lucky on a bad form fumble with Farouk. Yeah. You take that out, it's a whole nother degree of a nightmare in our own stadium against another 500 team this year. But on the same side, they're getting the sacks. They're batting balls down sometimes. They're knocking the ball loose on receivers when they're trying to get a hold on it, and it's an incomplete pass. Like there's like a dual existence of our defense right now, and it's a microcosm of the whole team because the team is going through that as a whole. It's like, well, you know what? Guys are going out and making plays because they're hella athletes. They were all the best on their teams when they were in high school. Yeah. But when you're playing in a league that everybody in the SEC used to be the best team on their, the best guy on their team in high school, that's not going to cut it. And it's the position. And like you just said, Joey, if Banks makes it through the end of the year, I'll be very surprised. But he's just not putting them in a position where they feel confident. He's not putting them in a position where they look like they feel confident at least. And he's not putting them in a position to be successful on such a scale as is necessary to beat those elite teams because it's coming. Oh, yeah. We all know it. We all bleed orange. There's going to be one of those, oh, my gosh, y'all, moments it's not going to be against Georgia. It's going to be against somebody like Kentucky or Vanderbilt or something, and it's going to be just the pit of misery. And I hate to say that, but I can see it coming. I saw it last year against and it's going to be exactly the same thing. So
I saw it yesterday. I was fully expecting. Yes. I was texting some other guys. I like guys.
Yeah.
Because I went over to a friend's house, hung out last night after the game, and I was like, told him, I was like, guys, I was fully expecting to come here and be like, man, forget this. I'm so freaking tired of this crap and watching this team week after week after week, knowing the amount of talent they got to not show up consistently. And to be coaching to not show up consistently. It's multiple aspects of the team that I don't know where the problem is, but me and Michael were talking about it yesterday in text messages. There's something with this team right now that it's just not, it's unsettling. I don't know what it is, but that you cannot continue to expect and live off this. And what you were talking about there, Tom, and Joey, was the feast or famine. You cannot continue to depend on that. It's not what do you call it? It's not you can't you can't continually be successful with that for long term.
No, it'll come to bite you.
It'll come to bite you.
And they're in the 90th percentile right now. It's that old argument where they're right at the cusp of, okay, won an Orange Bowl 3 years ago, went to the playoff last year, have had so many guys going into the draft, big names going into the draft. We're right teeter-tottering at that peak where we could just get right up into that next upper echelon, into the actual elite like we used to be, top 8 program of all time. Or we could just start flipper-floppering our way on back down to number 14 all time, being a little bit better than just barely mediocre, you know? And that's a rough place to be as a coach. It's got to be rough on Heupel. It's got to be rough for the guys. And what you're talking about just then, it's a bad air. It's a bad air that's like, hey, we're going to win these games against Syracuse or against UAB or whatever, but then you start playing SEC ball. You go to Starkville. You come home against Arkansas in Neyland, and everybody's looking at Alabama next week saying, oh, well, you know, we'll get through the – it's a tough place to be, man. Like you're either going to poke into that next tier or you're just going to stay right here and have guys like us talking about, look, we're looking from the outside in, and this is what needs to change. And it's obvious that needs to change.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to go on back down. Yeah.
And, you know, it's so frustrating because you know how much talent you got on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the ability is there because they show it. They show it during the season that things they can do offensively. That first quarter against Georgia, that's all you got to mention. And then defensively, third quarter against Arkansas, who's a talented offense. Fourth quarter and overtime against Mississippi State. First half against Georgia, or first quarter against Georgia. There's times where you see the defense and the offense being elite, and coaching being elite. But then both, and it falls in with coaching because the players react to how the coaches coach them and put them in positions to A, be successful, or B, just be mid. And that's how the players react to it. So I think there's a lot that going into the rest of this season, our coaches and our players got to make up their mind. Do they want, well, obviously they do, but they got to coach like it and play like it at a consistent level. Because us as Tennessee fans can see it on the outside. Like we're not even in the locker rooms. We're not in the thing. We can see the problem is inconsistencies. So now how do you practice in your weekly practices? How do you do it in film to make sure you're getting those consistencies? Yes, I get it. There's adjustment. There's an adjustment period in every game. I get that. Every game is going to have an adjustment period. There's difference. Effort should never be questioned. Never be questioned. And the physicality should never be questioned. Those are two things the last 2 weeks that I've questioned. So I think, and Sam, I'm going to let you build off of it because I know you have your long list of stuff that you want to add about this game. But it's just so frustrating as a Tennessee fan to know, like I said, what talent you got and the stability that you've had on the coaching staff. You shouldn't have any excuses. You're out of the NCAA investigation.
Yeah.
You should not be having these problems that you're having.
You just crushed it, man.
All right, go ahead, Sam.
Man, so I kind of want to explain what I was saying in the chat about last year's defense. They played Oklahoma with 5 injured offensive linemen, 5 injured receivers. They played Alabama and Florida at home against DJ Lagway. We saw what he is without much experience. They strip sacked Florida when they were about to score. Jamal McCoy intercepted a ball at Alabama. Like, they were very situational. And our defense this year is situational as well. Would it surprise you all that before this game, our net first team points per game allowed were 18 per game?
Yeah.
Net. Because they scored 28 points.
Yeah.
So that, like, the second half of ETSU and UAB, they gave up a bunch of points. but it wasn't the first team defense.
Yeah.
So I guess all of it to wrap it up is that I don't think Banks is going to change. I don't think you're going to get any elite defensive performance. I think some of the so-called elite defense last year was maybe not smoke and mirrors, but you did have healthy, safe healthy cornerbacks, healthy defensive line. We haven't had that all year.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have a healthy defensive line this year and healthy cornerbacks, we destroy Georgia.
Yeah, we're undefeated.
Probably, yeah.
And because the net points per game without if Stockton doesn't complete that miracle fourth down, that's another 14 points off the board this year.
Yeah.
So the main takeaway is I do not think when we score the way we do that you're going to get a defense that shuts people down. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Unless you have like the elite of the elite talent, like a Georgia from 22.
Yeah, man.
Like I just don't think it's possible, man. They're out there too long. There's certainly things to clean up, but
They are.
I love to nitpick too, but it's just I just don't think it's possible to put both of them together. Especially and this is more of an indictment on all of college football than it is just Tennessee. Because, man, you see teams go from Penn State almost beat Oregon to quitting in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, these kids, man, I don't know how you can get them all hyped up at all. They're always on social media doing this and that and hyping this up and my boy. And then they get out there on the field and they're, like, dead asleep for 2 quarters, and then they like, oh, Arkansas is playing us close. Let's play hard the third quarter, and they shut them down.
Yep.
And then they get up 17, and to me, they were just like, well, they're probably not going to come back. So they march right up and down the field. Third and Banks presents himself once more. The thing that really pisses me off most about our defense is those 3rd and 10s.
Yes.
Where you're just like, you're thinking, how in the world can they keep giving these up? And they do every time. It's infuriating because they play good defense. It's hard to get people into 3rd and 10 in this day and age. They get them in it, and then they let them go 15 yards.
It reminds me of Chavis.
I will say, that's another thing that's very frustrating. I mean, we're, I think, 13th out of 16th teams in the SEC in third down percentage. And it's just when you have, yes, we don't have Jamal McQueen. I get it. But you're playing these zones where you got 2 linebackers on the field that are not really good at zone drops. For some reason, I don't know why T-Lander did what he did on a couple of those zone drops, and Aaron Carter wouldn't be on the field, and there's safeties getting bad angles at covering, and then Boo Carter getting whipped on a drag route. And there's several reasons outside of the front 4 getting great pressure. If our front 4 for some reason, I don't know why, because the first, second down, they get great pressure. And then a quarter of the time they do great pressure on 3rd down. But there's, for some reason, I don't know if it's a Tim Bates call, like Michael said earlier in the chat, maybe the defense, the coach is just calling it that way. And it's just a bad coaching call, or are we just not executing?
Yeah.
And I think it's a little bit of both, because Colton Hood's played his tail off all year. That dude has been a miracle for us, because if we didn't have him, we would be in some Scott trouble. Like, we would be in some major trouble. And because there's times where they just say, go play. They did it the other day. They did it yesterday. They told him to follow Omega Blake the whole game. And Omega made a couple of big plays, but at the same time, you knew he was playing him man-to-man outside of a couple bad 3rd and long zone calls.
Yeah.
Where it just – and that's what frustrates me. Don't get away from it. Colton has been locking his tail up all week. Do a man blitz and just let the play go how it goes. Quit flip-flopping. That's the main thing that frustrates me. Joe. All right, so we've talked about defense this whole show. You, we're both offensive guys.
Oh yeah.
But it is what it is. And we know defense has been the weakness of this team so far this year. I mean, offense, for goodness sakes, the number one offense in the nation, points wise.
And leaving as many points on the field as we do, we're still number one. That's what's crazy to me.
That's what's crazy. So build on to that. What you just said as far as leaving points on the field, whether it be play calling, effort, whatever.
A couple things that I would say. Number one, I don't know what happens to Heupel. He craps the bed when it comes to managing the clock.
Yeah.
At halftime and the end of the game. Like, all right, dude is tripping me smooth out. Like, I don't know what the deal is. But I think some of it is play calling, because to me, if I'm out there and I'm calling these plays, if I'm the OC or if I'm the head coach, and I guess he's letting Halsey call them, I don't know. It's a weird mix. But if you don't trust your guys in the game in the heat of the moment to go out there and win it for you, to end it without even screw the defense, bro.
Yeah.
That should never have even been a thing yesterday is the defense. It shouldn't even have been. Who cares if they gave up 24 points, 31 points? Because we scored 75.
Exactly.
But for whatever reason, we just I can't wrap my mind around it.
It's so odd because he went for it against Florida on 4th and 2 from our own 30-some yard line.
He did the same thing against Ohio State last year in the playoff game.
And then 2 years ago, went for it at Alabama from our own 38, 39 yard line, something like that. 4th and 2. These aren't 4th and inches. You know, it's 4th and 2. And that one against Florida was a long 2 yards, man. We
had to go for it. We had to go for it against Mississippi State 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And thank God Brazel caught that ball. How he missed the touchdown yesterday, I don't know. But anyway.
But it is strange. He has won games in situations having a hot hand.
Yeah.
You know, rolling them exactly the way they needed to be rolled. And all 11 guys did their job at an elite level on those plays. And it was tremendous to watch. But then sometimes it's like this mental block that he's got, or maybe he starts thinking too much about it. It's like the games he plays with these injuries.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if we get them thinking this, and then I'll pull an old switcheroo on them and bait and switch or whatever, you know, then you've started getting into your own head trying to outsmart the other guy who's literally just going to run base against you, and he's going to let you screw up.
You're running right into it. You're doing it. It's wild. Like, who in the world, it's what, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and we run it right up the middle. Who in the world would have thought that was going to happen? Everybody knows it's going to happen, Josh. Everybody literally could have done anything else.
Yeah. And
it would have been a shock to 1,000% of the United States of America. But anyway, to me, it's more of he's playing not to lose.
Yeah.
He's calling not to lose.
Yeah.
Like, I
don't know what he's doing sometimes. I'm glad the guy in the chat brought it up on the 4th and 3 from the 40 or something. And then the dude punts it in for a touchback, and you're like, what?
Yeah, what's the point?
Dude, if you give it to him on the 25, they're going to go down and score regardless. Like, your best chance for good defense right there is better offense.
Yeah,
it is, man. That I texted my college buddies after that, and I'm like, that's the first time this year where I've really been pissed at Heupel. Like, pissed.
Well, I mean, I've been pissed at Heupel several times over his
every game at some point.
Yeah, at some point, or his lack of aggressiveness in 4th and short situations,
or 3rd and short
against 3rd and short, or 3rd
against Georgia,
3rd and medium situations where. He just, or 3rd and long situations where it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, he just hands the ball off and accepts a punt. Like you're the defense, you don't have 2024 defense. And like me and you said earlier, that like it's just you have to play what your team is right now. And you what your team is, you have to go score 50 points a game. You have to.
Yeah.
Especially against teams like Alabama coming up this week. You're not going to hold that team to 17 points. You're not going to hold them to 24 points. And we'll talk about this later on in the week, talking about a preview show. Whatever the cover is, whatever the over-under is, you better blow it out the wazoo because it's going to be higher.
52.
Is
that what it is right now?
We'll score 52.
Yeah. Well, I hope we do because we're going to need to. We needed 52 3 years ago to beat them for the first time in 15 years. And
after being up 28-7, I might add.
After being up, you just took the words right out of my mouth, man. It didn't work against Georgia 3 weeks ago. We up 21-7 at one point. I mean, then 21-10, 21-17. Then they blew. It just. We're going to need every single cylinder in the V8 hitting at max capacity, and we need to take it to the machine shop during the week and get it bored out a little bit so you get more PSI, because I'm telling you, it needs to be cranking at this point. You're more than halfway now. Well, no, you are halfway now. You're going to be more than halfway this coming weekend, and it's the biggest game. I don't care what anybody says. We could, and I swear, hand to the sky, we could lose every single game every year and beat Alabama, and there would be some kind of consolation for me somewhere in that, because I hate Alabama. I absolutely hate Alabama. I hate the state. I hate their color. They got a stupid elephant. Their name is the Crimson Tide, but they got an elephant for a mascot, man. Like, I'm sorry. I hate them. And
Michigan had a great season last year because they won one game. Hey, I think our pass rush is going to feast on Alabama next week
against their right tackle. 1,000%.
They don't have a good offensive line.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Their right tackle gave up 5 sacks to the same guy.
Their left tackle's slow. He's just massive.
Yeah. I think our defense matches up better against Alabama than any other team this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they don't have their running back's injured. Their offensive line's not as good as people think. And Simpson has a propensity to hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
He is also a winner, man. I've seen I don't like to like this kid because I hate Alabama. But I like Ty Simpson. I think he's a heck of a football player for how young he is, and he shows a lot of leadership.
And I watched him a lot in high school.
Yeah. I was watching that whole game against Missouri yesterday, and that kid, Missouri's not a hard place to play. Everybody knows that. Even the blind mice know that. But it was something to watch, man. He had a heck of a game yesterday against Missouri. Yeah. And it wasn't just that it was him personally. It was the guys coming around doing the things together. Like when we've been great, when any team is great at any sport, it's because they're all coming together around a leader. And if he gets to rolling on Saturday, it's going to be a long day for us. But I hope you're right, Sam. And you could be right too, because like Joey texted us, he was like, yeah, I think y'all must have texted to, each other too, because y'all are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
That is not a good situation at right tackle for them at all.
David Hobbs is a problem. Dude, he made a couple plays where I'm like, we've missed that.
First, nobody said this yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this. We were held so bad yesterday.
Yeah,
like
I didn't want to be the one to point it out.
I'm pointing it out. They only called it. They called them twice. We declined one of them because we got a sack at the same time. But they were holding Hobbs.
I'm just going to keep that up the rest of the stream.
Well, it is what it is. Let's go Galton. Anyway,
love
it. I was watching that game, and I'm sitting here thinking like, Arkansas is going to fool around and win this game because they won't throw the darn flag.
Yeah,
like 10-1. Come on, boys. That's
despicable officiating in the SEC yesterday.
That pass interference. It wasn't just the whole. They were holding us the whole time.
Yeah,
but they missed 2 blatant pass interference calls.
1,000%.
It's especially the one on Braylon Staley. That was like, I don't know. And the ref. The bad thing is they looked at the replay and the ref is literally sitting there staring at them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you miss it? I don't understand how you can miss that blatant of a pass interference. He's literally tackling him before the ball gets there. So
The one pass that homeboy caught on Colton Hood on the sideline.
Yeah,
he pushed off.
Yeah, he did.
No doubt about it.
No, but
I don't understand
those offensive PIs. I kind of give because I mean they hand fight the whole time, anyways.
I'm cool with hand fighting, but
yeah,
we lost a touchdown this year because of it.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why I say I give offensive PIs a little lenience. Now,
I'm cool with it.
The defensive player is tackling the guy
or holding their arm down,
or holding their arm before the ball gets there. It's defensive pass interference, and we could talk about the bad SEC officiating for years and still be able to talk about it. But yeah, you're spot on. David Hobbs is going to be a problem for the rest of the year. Like Jackson Moy back healthy. Bryson Easton's been playing some good ball.
They're just getting their feet under them, bro. Coming back. That's
true.
That's what's scary.
And this is what's just mind blowing to me. Like how, like Don Bailey. Every time I turn on the tape, though, Don Bailey's playing good.
Yeah,
Bryson Easton's playing good. It's like the D line's setting our linebackers and safeties up for success. Mm-hmm. They're just not taking advantage of those opportunities. And our guys.
Yeah, T-Lander can't do it though. I mean,
T-Lander can't do it. He's not passing.
I counted like 14 points yesterday where he cost us.
Fast enough.
Mm-hmm. No, I'd get the young guys in there. We've got to have speed. You know, mm-hmm. I can't.
Perletti in there, whatever his name is.
Perlotti, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get this is why I don't really get pissed at Heupel that much. It's been a weird season in the sense that we're averaging the most points per game.
Yep.
We're still doing that. I mean, you've got to give Heupel credit for that.
Yep.
But we've had terrible officiating in yesterday's game, Mississippi State, Georgia.
Yes.
Against us. I mean, a guy jumps in the neutral zone, but apparently it's a false start on us. You know, stuff like Mississippi State, OPI, like it's just so I'm like, we're averaging the most points per game, and it should be way more.
Way more.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't catch the passes that Mike Matthews has dropped or stops running, you know, but it's just and Kitzelman keeps dropping them or tipping them up in the air. It's like
and then catches one over his head yesterday that does not make sense.
Yeah.
I was hoping he just dropped that one to make me feel better, but he caught that darn thing, and I went, "What the heck, bro?"
So,
and Aguilar
just a weird season.
Put it where only he could get it in the end zone. Perfect ball. I mean, I love Joey Aguilar, man. I think everybody
all got man crushes on Joey Aguilar.
So. Yeah, dude is amazing.
He's got a great name.
Yeah.
Dude, he's funny too. He posted a picture on Instagram today of his girlfriend in the stands going like this while he was running into that communications box.
I think that was planned.
I hope he's all right for after yesterday. He's tough, man. He's tough, but he got a little bit roughed, you know, by the music box over there.
Yeah, I think playing JUCO ball and then also playing with a terrible offensive line last year, he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And but real quick, because we're going to have to wrap it up. I'm going to get one final take from each of you, but before we go, y'all, I do want to just you plug it real quick.
Yeah,
y'all, Facebook. Go follow us on Rocky Top Sports Talk. Go follow the Facebook page. If you don't have a Twitter account, that's where I post whenever we're going live or whatever videos get posted. Twitter, that's the main place where any information that you need about the channel, we post there, and then I communicate with you at Rocky Top Talks 1. So follow that and give that a share or a retweet or whatever. And then y'all on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, share the channel. We're trying to grow the channel. I think we had up to 11 people tonight at one point, which is great. Sam, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Yep. We all each of us enjoy listening to you talk football as well. Trying to get my boy Michael to come on. He gonna come on sooner or later. He knows football a lot real well too. And but we're gonna get more guys on, and hopefully once Casey's messaged me several times. He's just in a busy season at work and just can't get on. But real quick, let's get one final take from the Arkansas game, and then one small little key that you want to just ponder on for the Alabama game. Sam, we'll start with you.
My only takeaway from Arkansas is we won, and a lot of teams didn't win yesterday.
That's true.
And some teams fired their coach today.
Yep.
That were in the playoff contention 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we've always got to keep it in perspective. I looked this up before the show, and I guarantee you we probably got one of the best differentials in the country. We have created 26 sacks this year to an offensive line that's given up 4. If you've got that in the trenches, I think you can be in any game. I am actually not near as worried about Alabama as a lot of people. I don't see that game being it's going to be a one score game, and I think we're going to come out on top.
Yeah.
That's a stat right there, man.
26-4, 20 plus
on sacks,
plus 24, plus 22 differential.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew they didn't have a lot.
Man.
And all I heard,
better about the whole year, Sam.
All I heard from all these Oklahoma fans was we've got the best defense in the country, and you've played an awful Auburn team offensively that beat you, and they got cheated out. An awful Michigan team with a freshman QB and then 3 patsies. So
yeah.
I agree.
I don't know. I mean, as much as we can hate on our defense, man, they still make some big plays.
They do,
I mean, they wreak havoc at certain times. They've just got to get more consistent. But when your trenches are playing like that, I think we can get the rest. You know.
I saw that.
Oh, horns up, yeah. Arch Manning for Oz again.
Overall, it's always Orange Day.
Way to win one, bro.
Yeah. All right. Tom, go ahead and give us your takeaway from Saturday, and then one of your key for early key to ponder on for next Saturday or this coming Saturday.
So we were up by 17
Yes,
at
sir.
one point in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The last 7 minutes, we let them get back in it.
Yep.
The last 7 minutes of that game and the last probably 15 to 20 minutes of the Mississippi game or Mississippi State game, those kinds of sections are who we are as a team.
Yeah.
They're absolutely who you are because you think about it. You got a game plan. You're going to come out with 2 series scripted to start the game. It's either going to work or it's all thrown to hell, and you got to make adjustments till halftime. And then you come out of halftime with your adjustments if you're going to make them. And then by the middle of the fourth quarter, both sides, offensive and defensive coordinators, have made their second half adjustments in the second half. Not the halftime stuff that you just talked about, but the second half in half adjustments. That last 7 minutes of that game is who we are right now. They're going to get better. And what Joey just said a few minutes ago was right on the nose. They're only just now starting to get their feet under them because they're just now starting to all be together as a group on the interior. We're still missing our 2 heroes out in the corners.
Yeah.
But on the interior, they're just now starting to really get a feel for it, and they're in midseason form now. This is the time, and you were talking about what's the thing to think on for Alabama. This is the time where you either change Tennessee football for the next 5-10 years this week, this week, or you get to keep on chugging along at the 90th percentile. You know, you get to keep chugging along and hoping that you don't lose to Mississippi State, hoping you don't lose to Arkansas, hoping you don't lose to Kentucky or whoever. You go change it this week. You absolutely hammer the next 5 to 10 years of UT football this week because it's in Tuscaloosa. You go beat their ass on their own field.
Play it again.
And sing Dixieland Delight.
Yeah, and sing it on their own field, man. I mean,
yes,
absolutely take it to them. That is the kind of stuff, and I'll guarantee you almost all the stuff that the players have in their minds as far as not hitting on all cylinders, that's going to go away.
Yeah.
You go beat the tar out of Alabama on their own field, by 10 or more, 14 or more, and just really shove them into it.
Yeah.
Then the rest of the season's going to fall into place as far as your mentality.
Yeah.
Your mentality is going to be there for you to actually go out there and kill on Saturdays.
Yeah.
That's what I
I'm
want.
fired up right now.
I am too, man. I'm so ready for them to beat Alabama on their own field.
I'm just glad you're smiling, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
I was
man.
not expecting that tonight.
I thought we were going to have an intervention tonight.
Yeah.
I'm glad Alabama.
Yesterday after halftime, I was going to have a breakdown, man.
Me and Joey were talking about in the pre-game show that, man, we're going to guidance counseling Tom tonight through the whole show. But
sometimes you need it, man.
Yeah.
If I hadn't been playing golf and had some drinks in this tournament, I'd have been the same way. But I was just
yeah.
Well, whatever. It is what it is.
You get a certain sense of detachment. You're like, you know what? What's going to happen is going to happen. But yesterday, I swear, man, I got back from a friend or from up there at. I was watching the first couple games of the day at B-Dubs with a friend, and I got back here and it was perfectly timed. We got kickoff, get that sack on the opening play. I said, there we go. And then what they proceed to do, they stress me out for another 2 hours. Yeah. But no, if we go out and kill Alabama on their own field, fellas, it's on.
Yeah,
and Oklahoma has a serious problem headed their way if we beat Alabama on their own field. Like Oklahoma's going to get wrecked.
They have a bad offensive line too.
Yeah.
Highest pressure rate in the country. So.
All right, Joey, give me your takeaway and then your early key to ponder on for the Alabama game.
I'll be quick. My final takeaway, I'm glad Jordan Ross decided to play football this year.
Woo!
My man was lighting some folks up. My final take, I guess, on the Arkansas game would be something like Sam's. We won.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it looked like, felt like. And then I have zero worries of our offense for this week, mainly because there's not a man named Nick Saban on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Tommy Castellanos.
Or not. Well, he proved them right, and they suck apparently. So I don't have any concerns. I think we'll go out and be us. I think I'm gonna call Josh Heupel this week and talk to him for a minute and be like, look, bro, get your stuff together.
I bet he listens to you.
Yeah, he might. I'll disguise myself as Joey Aguilar because we got the same name. Anyway,
there you go.
So my keys is our defensive ends. I think they're we might come out of Tuscaloosa with 10 sacks. Like I mean we've had 5 and 6 this year. Why not 10 against terrible tackles? And some of the stuff we were doing yesterday was pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, we could have had 10 yesterday.
100%. If dude wasn't talented as crap in running.
He is a hell of an athlete, man.
I'm gonna say,
he's fast. For 6'6", dude can move.
And what is he, 225?
Yeah, he's what? It wasn't that it was big because when we got to him,
Mm-hmm.
But he avoided some plays because of his freaking speed, man.
Yeah, he is 220 fast. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And he's a senior too, isn't he?
I hope.
Yeah,
that's a big difference between playing a senior that's 6'6" and can run like that at quarterback, who knows what it's like to play behind a bad O-line, versus somebody that is
redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, he's a redshirt sophomore, so third year of college, first year start, and that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Arkansas had a pretty good offensive line this year till they faced us.
Yeah.
David Hobbs and Moore changed everything, man. I mean,
they did.
This is what we
and moving Tom Bailey back out to defensive end.
Why?
I really hope Alabama doesn't put those backs coming out of the backfield on flare routes and angles and all that kind of crap.
Well, they're down their starter unless something happens because dude literally got knocked out yesterday.
Because they targeted the middle of the field and targeted the outside like they were.
Yeah, I just hope that we get to see Jamal McCoy as probable on the injury report come Wednesday, and we all get to say they were just holding him for Alabama. So,
I got a
would
bad
love
feeling.
that.
I got a bad feeling, and I'm not speaking this into existence or anything because y'all know I know the Bible a little bit, but I got a bad feeling Bishop's out. I got a bad feeling he's out. I don't know why. That's why they're outlawing that tackle in the NFL.
He was walking on the
Yeah,
sideline.
I know he was walking, but because he said it's not long term. That was his answer. That's his
I don't
answer.
know
which could mean 2 weeks or 2 months.
Who the crap knows
the hell
anything
knows?
with Heupel? Like, dude,
no one knows.
I swear, if I ever run into him on the street, I'm gonna get his autograph and then I might punch him in the mouth. Like, just
That's exactly the same thing I feel about him
like,
right
swear,
now.
I love him.
Yeah.
Dude's great. He has changed. He's changed the culture at Tennessee. I'm thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, you be making me mad with these injury reports. Like, chill out, because we got hearts too.
Yeah,
like,
we need to find.
Be having heart palpitations.
Have us up here.
Yeah.
And somebody's
And
coming
if he is out, then it just becomes a thing for Peyton Lewis and Star Thomas to absolutely go and own them.
Yeah, I hope Star Thomas didn't look good yesterday.
Line too, because
Star Thomas did not look good yesterday.
No, he didn't. He didn't get very. I mean, just from what I was being able to see out of being so pissed off, it didn't. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes it's hard to see the television for being pissed off. I mean, it's.
Dude,
you know what I'm talking about. We're Tennessee fans. We just came out of the pit of misery for the last 15 out of 18.
I was babysitting my niece and my nephews, and they got whooped yesterday. And it was during the Tennessee game. At one point, they were in timeout watching the game with me.
The only thing I whooped was the apple pie moonshine bottle. Because
there you go.
There you go.
Not too bad, but man, I needed something.
Nice.
Dude, there's never a dull moment as a Tennessee fan. So I mean, it's just like,
it's not.
My dog was acting a fool. My niece and nephews was acting a fool. Tennessee was acting a fool. And I forgot my blood pressure medicine yesterday. It was not a good day. It was not a good day at all.
Has there been a big?
Hey, well, guys.
Let's get out of here.
Well, I gotta say my take and real quick. My take is it's the same thing as y'all's. Got the W. I sent y'all in the text message. Hey, look at college football this year. It's crazy. It is what it is. There's not a single elite team this year outside of maybe Ohio State, but and they have questions in itself too. But I think there's more that this team can be. They just have to bring it consistently. That's going to be my take. That's going to be my key is consistency. If you have consistency, you show what at your elite times you've shown how good you could be. You just got to be that for 4 quarters and quit letting these teams that aren't as good as you or are as good and give them opportunities to beat you like Georgia when you should have had every opportunity to win that game. So, be consistent and step on the throat when it's there. Don't let them get back up. Step on the throat when it's there and be consistent and finish the damn game. It is what it is. So, hey, as always, y'all, real quick, again, go follow us on Facebook, go follow us on Twitter, like and share on YouTube. Let me see. Let me get that up quick.
Let me try to hold on 1 second. Let me get my dog for a second. Sorry about that, fellas.
I've been up and I've been down and I done seen it all. Was in the gym working my shot, now they pass me the ball. They never answer when I call, now I'm the one they call. I done been up and I've been down and I done seen it all. Crazy when you really gotta get it out the mud.